Now she go say, I'm fine. Now question be that one, you style. And so be good evening.
Good evening, Femi. How you doing?
You see? Now question. Typical Nigeria. She use question, answer question.
No. You say good evening.
Good evening,
if I
Auntie
ask
Somi.
you question, how you day?
No, I say good evening, Auntie Somi. How are you? You can't answer me. Say good evening. Femi, how you
I'm
dey?
not even going to hear the question.
See, typical Nigeria. No, test this thing for your area. If you think say it too much, test them. Use question, ask question. You go see say na answer, they go use answer. Answer no dey too plenty for Nigeria. It could be like saying so the thing be for different matter with the inside country. We get story where full with plenty question. I'm now working to break them down. I read people made the come find answer give us for inside show like this for inside today. We too do say happy new month again. In case you know watch us yesterday, we give them to you. My name is Femi D. Amele. Carry welcome.
Yes, so Sumi Aleguna be my name, and as usual, we like make una the carriers the gum body with una, so that una go to hear all the better story where we don't carry keep from ground, as we work put for inside all the different parts of the country. So make sure say they watch us for inside everywhere where they watch us, whether na your television or whether na your phone or anywhere for inside the internet. We greet you especially where you day. Oh yeah, now Femi don't talk say Tory plenty put for ground. Make we go straight into political waka. They bring you all the different Tory them as the thing don't gather put for ground.
As we look the story now, that man where they write letter from inside the korokoro where he day for inside the domot where he day. Oga INEC wreck for Adamawa before. They don't catch him. They say in 2 weeks where he say go you show himself for police. They no feel wait. Now they don't catch him. Remember say this man Udu Yunusa Ari. He talk say he don't even get any small regret for mind. Say in declare Binta or Senator Aisha to Binta as winner of governorship election. Even though say no be in work at all. Today, police call cash for hand. Say, Oga, come answer question. We don't define you. Now go remember say small money talk dey inside the talk. I don't know whether that's small money for your side, but 2 billion. Now they talk say it's see collect for inside the work we do for Adamawa. We be like say one scatter everywhere for there. But that story is the grant.
Over to the joint body people where they gather lawsuit they give anybody where like say they do anyhow. Socioeconomic rights and accountability project Sarah. They don't bring another lawsuit again. Come put for ground, but this time around INEC now they give the lawsuit too. Say because they not do well to they investigate and torchlight all the different theory we come out about electoral violence and other electoral offences, including to the bribe people, collect money, sell votes and all these things against some state governors and their deputy during the 2023 elections. According to the way they see for inside here, they say yes, so based on the just concluded National Assembly and governorship election for inside some states, he get many correct matter will come out auto voter suppression, voter intimidation, plus one way spoil election material property, plus thief of election materials, all these things. And they say that political party agents and thugs across the 6 geopolitical zones now do this one. So how and they go see all these things happen? And since all the talk since the election finished till now, they never torchlight any matter. Say, oh yeah, now come, we could use you do scapegoat on top this matter. Now last Friday night they filed the suit for inside Federal High Court for Abuja, and they asked for inside the suit. Say may they come out order of mandamus where they compare INEC to seek the appointment of independent counsel. May they torchlight all these different allegations of electoral offences against state governors and deputies which may happen during the elections. Yes, so now the talk where they put for inside there, they say all these things, INEC, you know, go just sit down, just allow these things just happen now. A way to come be the work on they do again on top of the matter. When we know say these electoral offences now they lead to most of the trial results where they come out from inside the elections, and all the different quarrel where they come out from inside the different parties we get to do the election matter. So I beg. This mandamus now, we're gonna carry on. Some put on top INEC head, may they prosecute all the arrested electoral offenders for the 2023 general elections, where they in the custody of law enforcement and anti-corruption agencies, especially since with the perpetrators that people do the badness thing with their sponsors, they don't clearly act in violation of constitutional provisions of the Electoral Act. And they say the ones where they never grab, may they make sure say they find them, grab them, because you know go just good make all these things just waka come out like that. Next election when they can't happen now, when they know say if they do, nothing can happen to them. INEC, Oyana, Sarah don't carry matter, put on top their head, may they act sharply.
Another matter where be like say they just use and join the talk of another talk where they grant. Now happen for inside Kano governor for Kano State, Oga Ganduje, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, he don't put mouth for outside, join the talk, say workers day good, may everybody. Can't remember say get one talk where you want answer. He say on top that Emirates Council matter, where each share reach for 4 places. Nothing they change them. Anybody will want change them now enemy of the people and of God. He say nothing. Anybody will go one scatter Kano, say God go show am pepper, that kind of thing. He talk this talk because former governor before Senator Rabi Musa Konkoso arranged some kind talk before outside for Tori say as it is then now when Abba Kabiru Yusuf want enter work as governor elect, say it go good make the man go put eye for on top the dethronement of Malam Lamido Sanusi as emir that time before the court share the thing into 4 places. He say yes, the new governor elect supposed look into this thing. Now the governor where they come up for chair court talk say abeg nothing go share this thing. He don't dey for now for hoodoo no they change. He say the crowd wake up witness inside the celebration say they see the better unity, progress and well-being of the people waiting inside this traditional institution. Since that time wey share and put for 4. Say anybody wey wan comot this 4 put am make am die, no try.
From there, another query they come out, but this time around from the mouth of Benue State Governor, Samuel Otom, where they say National Assembly, I beg go, not make them use una do this kind of thing, where won't happen. So say I beg, sharply reject the Grazing Reserve Council bill where they on top una table at this point in time. Now Monday, we can use his special advisor on media and publicity, Teve Akase, talk this one for Inside Makodi, say why this situation since 2016 presidency and this administration just they try they gather a bill they enter inside National Assembly under the auspices of law where get to do with grazing reserve. Say different way they don't package them. They go package them or they by the time they reason the amount of stakeholders and everything, they go reject and they go repackage them again, bring and come back. He say if this Muhammadu Buhari administration don't concentrate on to the look insecurity matter, the way that they push this cattle grazing reserve law, he say by now our country go done better. But it be like say now there they concentrate their efforts pass on top the matter of grazing by force. And I know say Otom na outgoing governor will be losing aspiration to be senator for the 10th National Assembly, and in don they accused, don't they get plenty with this administration since so they get one time where media aid come out can't answer them too onto matter of insecurity. But Oga Otom say no, he no go here. Now he don't face this this grazing reserve bill. Say I beg. 2016 they first bring the first one. They call an grazing management agency, and they say they bring that one to ensure the creation of cattle grazing reserves across the country. They constantly introduce Ruga, will be cattle colony, and several other programs like that. We go see create settlements for people where they do all this pastoralist work, that is headers work in different states of the federation. Then they say they not agree that one. Now 2021 again, he bring a recommendation of committee, he approved recommendation of committee to review about 368 grazing sites across 25 states for inside the country, and to see how they don't do encroachment on top them. All this one to see join to the cattle grazing matter. Now it won't be like say as na 11th hour now they come out from inside this administration, the 9th Assembly won't close. He said they don't prepackage the bill again, carry on this time around they call them National Grazing Reserves Council bill, and they not present and give National Assembly for passage. They draw the National Assembly here, say I beg. We could look this thing well because it be like saying that the same thing they reject for inside 2016. More na reason this matter, he not like as they do corner to carry and confront by fire by force.
Police don't stay this gate to where they look. This one it be followed because they don't impeach a speaker for inside that domot for Abia State. Abia State of Assembly, then don't pass it, no confidence, meaning say small impeachment, they don't gather and put for inside one container. Say may they pursue their speaker, Honorable Chinedum, Oji. This talk when it starts, it come out from inside the Honorable Kennedy Unjoku, where they represent Osi Oma, not in I bring the talk, say may they impeach. They can't do. Honorable Ifeanyi Uchendu, come Puma say, this is where you talk, Unjoku, it like say make sense so. May 2 of us say Puma so that other people will follow us, may we impeach this speaker. Like play now so they carry do impeachment to give Chinedu Oji, Honorable Chinedu Oji, where they represent Umuahia Central constituency. Now go remember since February 25 National Assembly election when they do for that domote for Umuahia North and Umuahia South and Ikuano federal constituency. Like play. he lose that work because he lose the job for that seat. The most saying me they represent them. But the Chinedu Orji, why they talk safe now? The son of former governor Theodore Orji, he lose to Labour Party candidate or be for inside Agwacha. It's the last concluded general election. So when this matter come, be like say scatter finish. Where be like say the Begari don't find shortcut near the Amala side. Now in police can say more can stay this place. So before these people start to throw chair for inside the evening of another government.
Our last story this evening got to do with none other than Mr. Project himself. And interestingly, because of one or two things where they happen, he say yes, so President-elect, if like they don't invite and come the state, may can do 1 or 2 commissioning like that. And based on that, he don't declare tomorrow, will be 3rd of May as public holiday, so that the 4 people of Rivers State will give a President-elect, Bola Tinubu, better welcome when they come. Yeah, so President-elect doing a 2-day official visit to Rivers, will be Wednesday and Thursday, and they will do this commissioning, will be May 3rd and May 4th respectively. Governor Wike, they talk this one. Today will be Tuesday when they give state broadcast. Say yes, so this presidential campaign visits to Rivers State, you don't use this opportunity to say, oh yeah, now I beg, go commission some heavy projects like that for inside the state after general elections. And so when they send this invitation, give President-elect, he accept and are waiting they make and declare tomorrow public holiday like this. So and I will not say this proposed visit to the states now Oga Tinibu first official visit to any state since he come out as President-elect of Nigeria. And so based on this one, according to Governor Wike, by this visit, President-elect will join the many lists of better Nigerians, heavy Oga them, the state don't host to flag off or commission landmark projects. Now, Governor Wike don't they tell people of Rivers State, say make sure they come out in better number, can't give to President-elect a better welcome during this visit. Who be the ogbonge Nigeria worker?
The ogbonge Nigerian worker, now that person we know they joke with him work at all.
The ogbonge Nigerian worker, they patriotic, original, they kajad, and he believes say hard work they pay.
The ogbonge Nigeria worker, whether for public or private sector, they contribute well to the Nigeria economy.
Ogbonge Nigerian workers, we they celebrate on a hustle.
We for Wazobia Max Television, the summer better congratulobia to Nigerian workers.
Hip, hip, hip!
Hooray!
Cook of the matter. But I got the people, Rivers people, be like say they don't touch now tomorrow. So then when we even hear the story of say Governor Wike they invite a President-elect Tinibu may enter that domot. He say businesses where that area been no open so that everywhere go they tidy. No one here say you they do business, come they shall say, hey Tinibu President-elect. Somebody can start the pull and they come out some kind gari, some kind salt for inside that domot. Be like saying that for your own safety. He talk that see. Say maybe they do it like that. But some people contact say, So last week, Governor Wike come, I won't say US. Governor Wike come Abuja. He can't do greeting with the other G5 people, greet President-elect from there. Now this will not come back. Some say, I mean that this kind of time. Now he can't remain. Now me, PK can't enter APC. Even though say talk say no go enter APC, but as it they maybe they go make a secretary to the government federation. And now Rumuola I never talk. Now somebody tell me this something where they tell you. Nobody say now confirm it to say whether this kind of time. If you get some kind of big appointment, whether ambassador, whether minister of infrastructure, no be minister of works, not infrastructure. That kind of thing.
Tell me which kind of local job will they find a beg? He said I'm minister of infrastructure. Based on saying that infrastructure now they do and they call him Mr. Project.
Yes,
based on the okay. Well, I mean, first, this not politics. One, then two, this not Nigeria politics. So you know if you rule out anything if it happen for inside politics for inside Nigeria.
But it takes if they give a minister of works, housing and power, that kind of fashola triple portfolio. Oga go blend.
You know, it just can't be like when Oga Fashola they doing work jejely, they do everything they move pian. They can't give a ministry with 3 head, 3 different cap. Can't be like say the work going inside slow motion. I beg leave Governor Wike for inside the matter of ministry works and power. Anything where they won't give them, if at all any giving go there at all, at the end of the day, when they reach there, now we go know whether they fit to work in the work. To do matter of state, they different from doing matter of the whole country.
But you not do Minister of Education before now.
Well, yes. But if you want to look what they happen in the state in terms of education, how you go rate them?
No, now governor indeed.
No. Well, they talk the same thing.
I don't know which rating we want to use for them, but I know say Oga Wike they work well.
So the point why they make now, which that's example where I just give, we say. Person where they show workings for inside one area, leave them for the area where they show working, but still calculate the responsibility where you they give out it. Femi.
Because they try luck now, more they do 6-6, 5-5, more they know where they go from here. Now just a suggestion, no, I be out now see.
Una want imagine now because me I don't want imagine now.
I don't know. All that think up. Just think anything is possible now. Now renewed hope, now President-elect bring hand come. So anything we go help Nigerians, may get hope ahead, like maybe Minister of Labour, that kind of thing. I just the call title. Hey, you send me work for what this title? Why they call? Where they not send me? I don't off mount. All right, but one way or another, congratulations to the people of Rivers State, whether they like them or not, whether they are affected by the commission or not. They don't give a public holiday. I don't know whether Port Harcourt, Rivers State people go feel call us, make we hear we see their mouths there on top of that matter. When I like the public holiday, I not like them. Una fit do and make it continue next year. You understand that kind of public holiday where in every year we're going to celebrate them. But one way or another, una don't get public holiday. Congratulations to una for that one. Moving on, una here say they don't finally grab the Adamawa State. Even as they grab them, Ogasi they talk say he not get any regret. Say in declare Binani. How we want to judge in matter now? In matter, he get as a view. Not see what you can shock me past. Say for inside movie, I be inside again one time when you talk for inside one security work when they learn what they call conflict management. They teach us one thing. They say this thing we won't talk, not be something may you do, but if they find somebody, the best place may the person they may hide himself. Now inside the house of the person where they find them. You understand that kind of thing. Say they find you, say they do police and thief. Say they talk, say, Papa won't beat you. If you go high for Papa, finally arrest you. Ogari. Now Abuja ideo.
Yes.
Abuja
na ndek babam.
Now Abuja ndek babam.
No, but if you check him, you know, say he not first go on one of the news people, them their radio, go talk, say he go surrender himself.
No,
you understand?
He
You know, so if he be say now in the preparation of that one, now he can't show for inside Abuja. Now be say I don't believe saying they have this Abuja since. No, I not believe saying.
But Abuja they come stick. I mean,
based on saying don't already talk.
Many say no they unknown. You know say this kind in the unknown location.
No, but location. Wait, make me even rewind go that letter matter. You mean say as at the time where they send that letter, they not fit trace where the letter come from. Why it can't be like say he can't get to talk, say he go surrender himself, then he can't before you know it happen, they don't see him for inside Abuja. I believe say he make himself available. He go surrender himself, the next thing they catch him for inside Abuja.
I surprised because sometimes when we they hear police and thief matter for inside play when we they small that time, we say, you know if you catch me, you know if you catch me. And true to if you think, or even where they want catch for Nigeria, where they say he wanted, this one, Nyesom, kidnapper, you terrorist. Now wanted, they don't see them catch. So all those kind of things, if they one kind when you reason them. But I be like saying that this guy show himself for inside the somebody governor winner for inside the team. Whether in evidence could call whoever hold himself, come up for the matter. Now we the road to see now.
Oh yeah, now we won't take small break, but when we come back, we're going to discuss the evidence of our president Muhammadu Buhari work we don't do since when he first entered 2015 till now. Yes, scorecard don't come out, and we get better guests who will join us. They reason the matter of the scorecard, and at that point we would like to put mouth too. So on that put near your phone and not come out to go anywhere. Cocoa of the matter will continue when we come back. Who be the Obonge Nigeria worker?
The original, Ide Kajad, and he believes say hard work, they pay.
The Obonge Nigeria worker, whether for public or private sector, they contribute well to the Nigerian economy.
Obonge Nigerian workers, we they celebrate on a hustle.
We for Wazobia Max Television, they summer better congratulobia to Nigerian workers.
Hip, hip, hip!
Hooray!
be the ogbonge Nigeria worker?
The ogbonge Nigerian worker, now that person wey no dey joke with him work at all.
The ogbonge Nigerian worker, dey patriotic, original, e dey kajadly kajad, and he believe say hard work dey pay.
The ogbonge Nigeria worker, whether
We for Wazobia Max Television, dey sama better congratulobia to Nigerian workers.
hip hip hip,
Hooray!
Better welcome back to Cocoa of the Matter. We don't reach our Cocoa of the Daytime now. And we get two ogbonge guests waiting with us inside studio today, reason all the different scorecard of our President, Oga Muhammadu Buhari, since he entered inside office. We know saying don't they prepare to at the same party. You get some kind many things where they don't put on ground. Inauguration committees here and there where they do one or two things to make sure say we get to smooth transition period. Some Nigerians, they reason the fact, say, at this one, based on saying at the same party, everything's supposed smooth, we're not supposed to get any problem. As a matter of fact, by the time they come out, maybe things like probe no will come up because based on saying at the same party with and day inside, even though at different administrations and different persons day inside the party. Well, we're going to reason some of all this work to see whether any possibility of a probe or now better hands up and continuation of government where we're going to see from inside the outgoing to the incoming organs them where they come out from inside. Our two guests were full group studio with us this evening. First, we get Honorable Tayo Agbajerebi, APC Oga, yes, and a public affairs analyst. Better welcome, Honorable Tayo. We welcome you, sir. This one, be like say, when I don't enjoy this winning, we will now win. So that your voice can't even sort. You help us put together that one.
As going has tried, we consolidate on so many things and we give Nigeria the best. No excuse at all.
I like the no excuse at all.
No excuse at all. We eat the ground one from day one.
No worry, we will come back to that one because the outgoing get some work we don't give una. Whether una go continue or whether excuse go day from there. But make we welcome our second guest, okay, God's really okay. We be better lawyer and public affairs analyst. Welcome, sir. Good evening.
Thank you so much. I greet all of you.
We greet you, sir. Yeah, don't tell me we see you for inside the television. Well, make we give you better welcome back.
They hide myself now.
And why you go they hide?
When sun too much, heat too much, you go inside.
People will get house where when they enter inside heat, not they touch them. Not be us, we outside heat go touch, inside heat go touch. We welcome you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
We welcome you. All right, make I start with you, Oga Iyoke, because you na neutral somebody. We don't know you today. Like honorable here will be APC Oga first. Make I just fair here from you. If you want to judge this administration, how well they don't do in terms of different areas, how you go rate them? Make we just start from there.
Well, thank you so much for the question when you ask me. Sometimes the question will be like, say, they easy, but I had one. And it depends on how you look things. And me get as I they look something. When we talk about waiting the outgoing government do or waiting the leader do, we need to look at it from one particular way. There's a way I look at something. And only one project, 9-day ground. And only one project, 9 government you do. And only one project, now a leader they concern himself with. And the thing where he concern himself with, the waiting they do the past 8 years, when any other government they do, now one project, the project, and they call them nation building. And the nation building, it get different compartments. Like somebody where they build house now, get different areas where you go build where say this house don't complete. One aspect of nation building project, they with the people, citizens. The other side, they with the institutions, organizations where they within that particular nation. And the other aspect, where we say, we they concerned with now be say they with the leadership. And you go look at the issue of nation building in that particular, which we call context, from that particular area, with that particular eye. In the context of one, the leadership, what kind of leadership we can say this person present. And for you to say the ideal leadership when any nation organization require, now they call statesman leadership. You go look at the leader and look at
this statesmanship.
Statesmanship, the kind attitude when a leader carry, when if he take leadership, I be like head. You know, for head, na their eye day, na their nose day, na their mouth day, where tongue day, where they take talk, where they take taste something. And even the skin, where the other part of the body, it also day for the head. And I head my brain day, when they take think, if waiting is feel, waiting is see, hear, smell and taste. Now brain will take thing and say, now this thing I be like this.
So the head.
All this, so the head, now there be leadership. Now we say the most important aspect of the nation building project when we talk now.
Okay.
Now that one, now they feel say, oh, this thing when I see, this thing when I see ahead of me, this the way I go. Now where how person behave, now they make you say whether or not you say in head correct or the person correct. So the way leadership behave, now go take determine how the nation be.
Okay.
So they, as the state of the nation, now go help us to know whether or not they do well or they don't do well. And an answer where everybody feel give. Okay. Depending on where you
But make we hear and direct from you. Waiting be your own answer onto the area of, as you say, the most important project, nation building. Whether it get to do with the people, whether it get to do with the leaders.
Now the thing you go ask now be say, when a leader takes certain action, to what extent people where they say, this one our own, make we follow them. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, this thing we do so. Hey, everybody clap for them. So now very good one. When we go say, oh, everybody must continue to do them. Those ones now, that's why you take test whether or not the leadership they good or they bad. Go look at many things. And you know, people they're very selfish, including myself. It benefits some people.
So your perception of this, okay, we need to get you to try give one answer, make I face.
Me, I be lawyer. The way I go look am from perspective of my being a lawyer, I look at the point of institutions, because we lawyer, we for legal profession, we get our own wahala. I say sometimes the integrity, how the system work, it depend on whether or not the particular profession, whether judiciary, whether the organ, where it's be like kidney for body or heart for body. You know, when somebody, you see somebody, they weak, you say sometimes the except person get yellow fever, you say in body, they lean, they thin, they say, hey, get kidney problem. And that kidney, no, they outside, though, not inside the day. Sometimes.
So in terms any rating, where you
beautiful, if we look at, we ask ourselves, how our institutions don't work.
Okay.
I must tell you, our institutions, they're very weak.
Okay.
In the past 8 years, institutions know they're strong. And why you go take no institution where it's strong, we say their capacity to respond to need. You go ask yourself, for example, they're very low.
Okay.
That is why we never solve the problem of insecurity. That is why we know if we solve the problem of where we still talking about corruption today. Because institutions know strong enough to deal with those things.
Okay. I need to come to Honorable Akwaje now. They don't do for the different areas, whether agriculture, social investment, poverty alleviation, education and health, monetary policies, all the laws that they don't pass, all those other things. But Oga Iyoke don't talk, say, inside all this one, the one where they most important, nation building. First of all, make I ask you, you agree with him?
I agree with him, really.
Okay.
I think I was trying to summarize it when he's trying to break it down, the institution. One thing is he was trying to say the ability of a leader to get things done at the right time and at a given period.
You use leader differently from institution.
So what I'm saying in essence is this. In as much we know that this government have not really done excellently well, maybe to the expectation of Nigerians, maybe I should put it that way. But in some areas you can give it to this government.
Okay, like which area?
Like in security now. Before this government came on board, you could see if in Abuja, for us to sleep and have your two eyes closed, you will find it difficult. Even for you to travel within Abuja or outside Abuja, you see the rate of bombing here and there, in churches here and there. All those ones have reduced drastically. You see have pockets in other...
Which about other parts of the country?
In Yanyan bombing. Of course, that's what I'm saying. It has reduced drastically.
In other parts of the country?
In other parts of the country. You can't compare with what we are getting before 2015. Unless we don't want to be honest with ourselves. On the most, people like us travel everywhere, virtually everywhere in this country, and we know what to discover when we travel there. We know how we put our lives at risk there. We know what has been happening there before. In terms of,
yes, I asked you what you put in place.
Security that will checkmate that will do that one drastically to a barrier spending one level. You can't deny that fact. You're trying to recoup the army. Are you getting me? And on that, you try to get your information so that before it even happens, actually you have millions on the board.
Okay, because why they laugh?
No, so and if you look at it, if when Buhari came on board, we see in the area of even the welfare, you see some state government, most state get that. How many states that cannot afford to pay salary for months? But when it came, he has to give them bailouts. You can't deny that.
So right now, states not the owe their civil workers' salary. We
are not saying they are not owing their.
I think the essence of government, the whole essence of a state. When you call them state, why you call them state? Why you call country state? Because it gets things way there for ground. Institutions, facilities, where you can just do and go ahead and be sure that things go work the way you plan them. You sit down like this, your plans, okay, if I put this 100,000 naira, I go to Boko, go buy yam, I go make 20,000 naira profit. This for 2 days or 3 days. You plan it like that. Not be safe if you plan to go to Boko. When you ask yourself, what are the kind of institutions where they for ground, where I should give people the confidence to do certain things they're supposed to do. We stay here in the park, whatever you call them. Enter the place, break into the place, seat of capital, where you have intelligence agencies, you have police. No, that's not only one it happened. It happened for Abuja. You don't have the country. I'm not just talking about the one where it happened elsewhere. Like we asked, is there any particular thing? The fact that criminals decide not to act does not mean if they act. It's not be say they want to do something, so we arrest them when they want to do something. It's after they don't do something, we can't explain, say, this is why we don't feel react. Air Force. You have GSM, where to talk to somebody is just a question of one dial, you get the person. There was no response. Nobody was arrested that did that thing. People come, they go to homes, they go to villages and communities, level of poverty where they ground today. Now insecurity.
Okay,
nothing more.
You hear what you talk on some of these areas,
yes.
and you know when
and
you
things
talk,
degenerate much more than they were
say
before.
it don't better now compared to before this administration.
The one you may mention is about Ikuje jailbreak. That was last year.
But not
possible.
After the Ikuje jailbreak.
For sure occurrence. Yeah, after the Ukraine. You know there are some lasses. You know we have some of these security men. We should not deny the fact. They give them information, which they have infiltrated among them. But now the government now identified some bad elements, which to what we are experiencing now.
Okay, make we talk some of the things
Too
where
rampant,
they
too
inside the scorecard as they give us from our president. According to Global Terrorism Index of 2022, 28 in 2021, and this report says successful counterinsurgency operation, where they don't do, where they target Boko Haram, 9 lead to reduction of terrorism for inside terrorism deaths inside parts of the country. And this is not a good one, and you go speak clearly to the Boko Haram, the way they take handle Boko Haram. But Ogatari, I want to ask you now at this point, as much as we recognize the reduction in Boko Haram, you agree to some of these things, Dave?
Those are new method of challenges we are facing in the issue of insecurity, of farmers, and this and that. I think they do, it has been disturbed anyway, I won't lie to you. But the government has been doing everything possible to really address that situation. Because it won't be favorable for the country for such to be witnessing such every time. But like now, since the beginning of this year, now I think it has reduced even late. Now,
there's something I won't like us not to look at. Make we know they look security. Say waiting soldiers do. Soldiers are doing their best. Police people are doing their best. You see how many of them they die. The only problem with us sometimes when soldiers die, policeman die, we just tell and say maybe a normal thing. It's unusual. We don't observe, say, a lot of Nigerian soldiers, both officers. We don't see brigadier generals. It's difficult for you to talk more ordinary soldiers. Policemen, they die. Sometimes they ambush them, bandits and all of that die. Now it's abnormal. But that is not waiting will take measure security. I talk as a lawyer. That's why I started with institutions. Now, how strong institutions be? Something happened. How many of those people you don't see say they don't try them go for court? Say this person do something, they try them, then sentence them to death or they sentence to life imprisonment. Now, those ones they take test whether or not a country is doing well. Not this when people come, they fight. Even this attitude of seeing soldiers to go and fight and kill people because you call them bandits. Extent that you were able to prevent them. Those who ain't get the bad spirit to do wrong thing, you prevent them from doing things. Not be sometimes you kill one when Papa no do wrong, you do and so. Most of these people say call them bandits. Some of them are reaction. They kill my papa, they kill my mama wrongly. Out of anger, they go into it. Because you don't have, and we don't want that kind of situation.
Okay, so
and
when you talk about these institutions,
yes.
You don't talk institution. We know, say, one of the ways to checkmate all these things, now the justice system.
Yes.
And you, na lawyer.
Because when we are saying building the institutions, you cannot, when executive have really provided the equipment for maybe the soldier, the security agents to use, and when they are being arrested and they're taken to court, maybe when the judiciary refuses to do their job, you will see a lot of. Of course.
I don't believe saying that because you see that's why I tell you say. I started by analyzing and tell you say, nation building get compartments. The most critical part of it is the leadership. Now they give the will. Now when you see the way they
speak plenty proverb, but this I heard thing where they talk now. Help us break them down when it comes to the justice system. Who will be the leader? Who we suppose they look to ensure, say, the justice, the judiciary on their own, they're not tanda put as a
sometimes
do their work.
Sometimes the leadership, the politics, thank God say Oga Tayo, na politician you understand when they talk. Leadership tied down with politics. Those way they government, way they choose who they do what, who will do something. When they talk about under public law, now you have criminal justice system. Now the leadership will appoint who the attorney general, who go decide who do wrong when they go court. Now the same leadership now go appoint the security agencies, both intelligence, but we go see somebody, they do something secretly, arrest them or prevent them, or when they say and do something, take and go court like police they do. Now the will.
So who be the person where they look to enforce that will to do the right?
The leadership at various levels. You are, for example, for Nigeria today, we run federal system, 3-tier system of government. We have one for federal, we have one for state, we have one for local government. They have one full of them all. Now federal. And federal, we get our own unique federalism when we say the central government, they're very, very powerful. Okay. The president, they're very powerful. Many agencies, all security agencies are under the federal government. And all they share with other tiers of government, when, of course, the major job of government, I must say, constitutionally, now to provide security and welfare. One aspect of security is in charge, the federal government get that.
Okay.
Then
Okay,
on the other one, they share it with other tiers of
We're going to need to come back to that, but I need to face Honorable Tayo on the issue of economy. Based on one or two things where we don't see in this 8 years where we don't get our President Muhammadu Buhari, how you go rate economic growth for inside the country?
Rate economic growth. He has tried. You won't deny that fact. I know that you want to ask me further that I should reflect on the larger society. But at the same time, at least, in as much Nigerians, they are not really the impact of the economy, because maybe the economy is biting harder on them in the area of the purchasing power. Maybe what they used to buy in a few years, now what they are getting it is at a exorbitant price. But at the same time, at least in the area of the West, you can see improvement. You can say this area of we see improvement in terms of our agricultural produce, in terms of
you mentioned, ability to purchase, so cost of living don't go up, all those things follow for inside inflation matter. You want to look at things like the purchasing power in terms of naira to dollar, all those things don't rise. And say some of these things are the strongest points where this administration take use, enter inside, say, okay, now like this, now at least we go do them. At one point, we hear 1 naira to dollar, we hear all those things. So even if, based on, say, you be APC man, if you talk anything other than say they don't try, but at least you agree, say things don't hard small. But lessons from now go work the work, no excuses. I like the no excuses part. So where be the major area where if you say if they focus on this area for the economy, excuses no go there true.
The income administration have learned some lesson in the present one, and we believe the government is a continual one. And that's why.
I bet where did this determination go face now? And I which area?
In the area of agriculture, you see determination.
Okay, they speak like lawyer. You can't speak like a politician.
In area of you see determination there. In the area of security, you see that.
I talk about economy. Where be the economic areas where they go face?
If you don't have good security, are you talking about economy? If you don't have good, I wish government will focus on income administration.
Okay, but you're not fit tell us which area they will fit focus on.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm begging.
No. I mean for inside the economic area. Which give us 2 places where they go focus on.
That's what I'm telling you now.
You say agric and security.
Agric, it will be there.
Okay.
They will focus on that one. In the area of making affordability of stock, they will focus on that. The food items in the market, that's the major one.
Okay.
The truth
no
about
excuses.
But like he was saying, security is critical. If you disconnect security.
No, we not disconnect them at all, but we don't address 1 or 2 areas where they don't do for insecurity. Yes. I
said, matter of nation building involve everybody. It's not about what government. When it comes to matter of waiting government do, a lot of things where government put for ground. The only problem is like say when you put you put them like this now. When you buy things, put them for house, you save.
Because you agree, say some of the reason why they get insecurity now because economy not set.
No. Now I know.
You feel say insecurity. The reason why they see insecurity, they completely detached from the way and manner of the standard of living of Nigerians.
The kind of insecurity they separate insecurity from criminality. Criminality is common everywhere.
No matter
no
what.
society, no country where they free from criminality. But the kind of insecurity when we get, say, they common everywhere. For example, you go for community like this.
Okay, we say things like Boko Haram, for instance, it starts as ideological, war. The Boko Haram, it don't reduce. The ones where come out after Boko Haram reduce. Wait if you say the ginger ram, you feel say as much as it's not they normal, it's normal to some extent when you look at the things where the ginger ram. So now they ask about economy and
carelessness.
They do
think carelessness.
Okay.
Carelessness or political leadership.
Okay. All right.
When you tackle something, somebody do something, we know if you do anything about them. Okay. People
Very
come,
important.
they kill people today.
They go back, tomorrow repeat the same thing.
Accountability.
No resolution, no political accountability.
Okay. All right.
Now, carelessness on the part of government.
Thank you
or
so
leadership.
much. Thank you so much, Agaye. Okay, we need to round up at this point. Ogatayo, any last words from you? We know say they give us political.
And based on the man has come is fully prepared for the job.
Okay.
And he wants to hit the ground running. And no excuses at all.
Okay, all right.
So, and I want to add value to governance. So they should have to trust in the government that it will perform.
All right. Now, the no excuses part, now they sweet me pass for anything we talk, because you see that no excuses. Now the way forward. Greetings, my people. Our Oga Buhari's, if I say they rush to come out, now sign say in government not do well. The matter they do not be small something at all. Say may they hold them, may they hold their side, reason them well for all the many violence will take place during the elections. To add salt to injury, our president can't say. Ingo retire to Niger if pressure did too much for him. To take more of the messages. But we see you. We see you, General AUG. Thank you so much for your message. Thank you, our guests. We greet you specially.
Yeah,
thank you, sir.
So much.
So me, I'll let you know, my name will come up for studio now till tomorrow.